Now, on My TV 33, this is Focus on South Florida with Erica Sargent.
Good Sunday morning, everyone, and welcome to Focus on South Florida. Here we examine issues behind the pulse of our community and put them into perspective. I am CBS 4's Erica Sargent, and we begin this Sunday morning with a disturbing trend in South Florida that puts all of our children in potential danger. An increase in youth violence here has resulted in teens killing teens, sometimes with guns brought to school. And teens are committing suicide as a result of bullying. Let's Talk It Out is a program with the goal of introducing simple techniques to youth and teens to resolve conflicts. Let's Talk It Out workshops begin like this.
I am committed to resolving conflict peacefully at all times and to respecting the rights of others by treating them fairly and in the way I would also like to be treated. Let's talk it out.
All right, let's do just that. Impressive message you have there. Joining us this morning is Jonathan Spikes. He is an author, playwright, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Jonathan Spikes Foundation, which is the driving force behind the Let's Talk It Out program. So, Jonathan, welcome this morning to Focus.
Thank you.
So let's talk first about the inspiration behind this. What were you seeing in South Florida communities that made you feel there was a need for a program like this?
I kept seeing the headlines of kids killing kids, over simple things, over a pair of tennis shoes or just a simple dispute. And I know that through the research that violence does not have to be a part of the social fabric of our communities. There are preventive methods that do work and that can prevent a lot of these tragedies that are happening.
And so you also have a very personal connection to this. So this is a resource that might not have been available, other programs like this, when you were coming up. So what about your own personal experience also inspired it?
Exactly. Growing up in Scott Projects in Miami, we used to see a lot of gun violence while we're standing in a patio. Somebody just come shooting through somebody else. And then my own brother, David Allen Taylor, he was shot on 15th Avenue and 68 Terrace. And my brother meant so much to me, more than just his eyes open and flies coming out of his mouth while they were putting the tarp over his body. So that what inspired me to do this.
Yeah, well, I'm so sorry for your loss, but you really have turned it into an impressive program. Let's talk about really what you accomplished. We saw the chance there. What does it help do for teens?
Let's Talk It Out is a conflict resolution, anti-bullying workshop that we do to teach kids pro-social skills, to teach them that you have options instead of resorting to violence. You have many options that you could take. Choose the ones that are going to work for you instead of against you.
Okay, so the message, say a kid comes in off the street and, they've had a tough upbringing. Maybe they've been bullied at school. What is it about your program that really pulls them in and shows them a better way?
What I like about the program is it meets the kid where they are. It meets them where they are. I don't come in there to tell them what to do. The psychologists, we don't come in there to tell them what to do, but we let them do more of the talking, and we're just guiding the discussion so they have ownership in the outcomes.
Excellent. So talk to us about some of these success stories that you've seen with teens in South Florida who've been a part of this program.
The first time we did the program was in January of 2012, and the students, they had 17 schools. It was like 500 students, and they gave us a hard time. And I remember standing on the stage just feeling like I felt defeated, as if this initiative was not working. But about a year later, I was going to a play at the Arts Center, and the guy was standing on the corner working. And he said, "Hey, I know you." I said, "How do you know me?" He said, "Think before you act." And it just meant the world to me. That let me know that through all of the challenges that we faced that day, that someone was listening.
Yeah, you touched someone, and that message really resonated with them. So you were mentioning the different schools and hundreds of kids touched. Are you actually in the Miami-Dade County School? Is that where you're doing most of your work?
We do most of our work in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. It is an approved program through Health Education. It also was promoted by the Florida Department of Education last October for National Bullying Month.
And so we talk about bullying, we talk about gun violence. The students that you go and reach, how many so far do you think you've been able to touch?
I know we reached over 2,000 kids thus far since the program first started in 2012.
Wow. And so what are your hopes, the next steps for this program? What do you want to accomplish in this new year?
What I want to accomplish in this new year is that we begin to look at programs like this and implement them. It should not be based upon the budget, because no matter what you do, if you cut programs like this, if you cut the funding for programs like this, you're going to pay for it in fire rescue costs, emergency room visits, because kids are going to use violent methods. And like I said before, this does not have to occur. There are solutions.
And so I understand you have an annual event too. It's coming up. We have some time, so the audience has a chance to get involved if they like. It's coming up in October, but what do you do at that event?
Normally we have a Evolution to Freedom, men taking a stand against domestic violence, and also we do Let's Talk It Out, because it is October is also National Bullying Month, in addition to Domestic Violence Month.
Domestic violence,
yes.
All right. So tell us, how can people get involved? Is it best for parents to go through the schools, or should they contact you directly?
They can contact the Jonathan Spikes Foundation directly at www.jonathanspikes.org, or they could call us at 305-230-4598. They can look us up on the website. They could go to their schools and let the administrators know that they would like this program implemented at their school.
Okay, one last question for you. For any families out there who have teens at home, they're sitting with their parents, sitting by themselves watching this show, any message that you want to send to them?
Think before you act. There are alternatives. Choose the ones that are going to work for you instead of against you.
Well, Jonathan, a pleasure to have you here this morning.
Let's talk it out.